Regen BioPharma Inc. is a publicly traded company, you know that for sure, and they are focused on the immunology and immunotherapy space. The company plans to rapidly advance novel technologies through preclinical and phase 1/2 clinical trials. Currently, the company is advancing small molecule therapies for treating cancer and autoimmune disorders by modulating the checkpoint NR2F6. So, according to a piece written on this site, it's called DRP Gazette. It says here that it's important to note that Regen stock soared back in April after it reached an agreement with KLS, its subsidiary, for some licenses. Yeah, the stock soared about 800%, I believe. The licenses from KLS are related to intellectual property that might be deployed for the development as well as for commercialization of treatments that are meant for pancreatic cancers. According to them, at this point in time, Regen is working on updating its filings with the powers that be so that it can get pink sheet or pink current status from the OTC markets. This is another important level, an important event in the company's immediate future. This will be an important event in the company's immediate future, and getting the pink current status could also come as a boost to the Regen stock, according to the author of this piece. And then on Friday, the 2nd of July 2021, RGBP stock soared 50%, yes, to $0.0226 with more than 266.98 million shares as compared to its average volume of 205 million. The stock has moved within a range of 0.014 to 0.0238 after opening the trade at $0.0145 over the past 52 weeks. Past 52 weeks. The stock has been trading within a range of 0.001 and 0.0819. So let's return and see what's going on. All of that we can see here, 267 million above average, and it was a 50% extension. Market cap $84.7 million, 3.74 billion shares outstanding. There isn't really any news as such. There isn't any news, so this extension was based on no news as such, and you and I know what happens of late whenever there's an extension without any news. Sometimes it may be an indication that people have, you may call it a short squeeze, but the stock, it appears to be definitely in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above zero and rising. But it's also lagging the S&P 500 for some reason. Momentum is strongly bullish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is rising as investors pay higher prices for shares. The unbalanced volume indicator shows that longer-term selling pressure has given way to near-term accumulation by traders. Yes, and indeed, that is what's going on. And we can also see that it has, for some time after that rally it had, sometime in April, I believe, it retraced and it has continued to retrace. The signals became bearish. It began to correct, retrace, call it, as the case may be, and fell all the way down to $0.013. This was as at the 8th of June, about not close to a month ago. That was when it reached that bottom, and that was it. The subsequent session which was on the 9th of June, it extended to $0.021. So that set up a couple of resistances that it broke with this 50% extension it had as at the 2nd of July. So the resistance range was between 0.021 $0.21 and $0.019, and with this extension it broke those resistances. And what also happened, you can also see graphically, is that when it reached that high, what I call it, lower high of 0.021, it began to retrace again, and retraced all the way down below all of its short and intermediate moving averages. It is also from there that it extended. So I think this extension was as a result of the technical opportunities. There was a technical opportunity there because the stock had retraced, and as a matter of fact, it wasn't even just, yes, it had retraced. It was going, it was, as at the time, it was even trading below those moving averages. It wasn't just over one session. It was a couple of sessions, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 sessions. It was trading, it was a 4-session window of opportunity that it presented, and certain market participants took advantage of that. And amongst other things, it could also be to flush out any skeptics, any short sellers, and all that stuff. And technically, it also coincided with any other intentions that were there at the time. So we now saw the stock appreciate by over 50%. So technically, that was a good opportunity. The signals are gradually improving now, even though a few weeks ago it was very much a bearish one, because the trend then was very much bearish. The 50-day moving average was even bearish, was sloping downwards. But for some reason, the 200-day moving average wasn't exactly even that bearish as such. But overall, in the medium term, we'll just use the 50-day moving average. It was bearish then, but right now things are looking up. But because this is just this is just an extension that occurred only within one session, this daily model has not reflected that. So let's see if we can find what's going on with this model. Okay, so let's return to the daily 1-minute model. We can see what's going on here. The signal, this better explains what the signal was as at as the rally was occurring. So the signals obviously you can imagine are very much bullish. All the moving averages, the volume weighted average price, they are all pointing upwards. So I think there's a good chance market participants might see this signal as a positive one. There's a good chance they might see it, and it hasn't really been a long time ago the stock extended by over 800%. So let's just take it that the market participants who got involved in that super rally have taken out their money, and the ones who are very much keen on it are probably going in now. Let's just put it that way. But indeed, it is not exactly what the case is. We're pretty much speculating. So if we have to return to the daily model, we can see that we have this Fibonacci extension and retracement levels. So we picked it up from where it closed at 0.0226, and we extended and also retraced as the case may be. So I would want to put it that let's put the next level. That's our target based on this will be the 161.8% extension level, which will bring it to $0.04. I believe, going by the signals we have seen, there's a good chance this stock will probably rally again up to that level, by before the end of this coming week. Which will coincide with the 9th of July. There's a good chance it will reach that. It will reach $0.04. That's our target, and indeed it could also be more than that. The other factors as well. The stock is a penny stock, and with a small amount of involvement, it's, you know, the stock is likely to move, even though the float is also a slight is a hindrance as well, you know. But I think it's pretty much balanced. It's pretty much balanced, because if we had a smaller float, then we would not be looking at this sort of prices. The reason why, amongst other things, we are looking at this sort of prices it has at roughly 2 cents, is because of the large float, you know, relatively large float of 3 billion shares. So I think it's pretty much balanced out. So regardless of that, the influence of that float, I think I still insist that it can extend up to $0.04 before this week that will end on the 9th of July runs out. There's a good chance it will get there, going by the signals we're seeing. But at the same time, we have to be cautious. This extension it ran up was on above average volume, so there's a good chance that market participants, the people who got involved, might want to take their money off the table. So fingers crossed. Regardless of all of those things, all of those factors, all of those possibilities, there's a good chance it will continue to extend. I think it has reached the bottom for some now. For the time being, yeah, there's a good chance it will. The signals are looking right. There's a good chance it will add a few more and take it up to $0.04. So let's see what's going to happen. Fingers crossed. Let's remain optimistic. I think there isn't really anything as such fundamentally we don't know of concerning RGBP. We haven't done any due diligence ourselves concerning the stock, so it's just strictly based on technicals that is easily available to us. So before we wrap up, let's see if we can find the shorts figures for RGBP. Okay, let's try OTC short report. Let's see what we can get out of it. You can see, yes, we have 49.59%. That was what was recorded on the 2nd of July. Yes, and before that time it was 35.48%. So you can expect that this sort of figures will be the case as it rallied on huge on an above average volume. So but at the same time as well, again, just also know, like I've been pointing out, it's rallied with on above average volume, so fingers crossed. There's a good chance that in the coming session, which will be that of the 6th, there's a good chance it might retrace slightly, but we're still maintaining that target of $0.04. This will bring it up to somewhere here by the 9th of July. So that's a very short window, but fingers crossed. If it doesn't do that, at some point it might do that as well again. So we just think this bottom has been reached, and there's no way to go other than going up. But if it doesn't extend any further, expect this sort of rally again anytime it retraces below all of its short and intermediate moving averages. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video, and we have to thank Corey for bringing RGBP to our attention again. It's probably the second or third time we're covering RGBP, so thank you very much, Corey, and thank you all of you for watching this video.